I want to talk about social distancing and mask wearing and the rhetoric the White House, the president and the convention used about the pandemic, using it in past tense. The other day, I was at a Trump event in Pennsylvania, outside of the event where a number of supporters had gathered. There was no social distancing. There were very few masks. In fact, a lot of people were telling me that masks were just a way for them to control you. It's unclear who that them is. Shannon Pettypiece is reporting tonight that in New Hampshire, there were boos when it was announced that there would be a mask requirement, that many people flouted that. And a lot of the masks were being worn around the chin. What does it do to have the White House hold these events, to speak about the pandemic in past tense? What does it do for our national safety when it comes to this virus?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me on. We are not anywhere near done with this pandemic, right? I think we have more days ahead of us than we have behind us. And what national leadership requires at this moment is clear communication with the American people, not just of the road ahead, but what we must do to protect people during the weeks and months ahead of us. Obviously, we're not getting that out of the White House. And any large gatherings can be dangerous, but large gatherings with no social distancing and no mask wearing is really a recipe for disaster. So I'm very worried about what's going to happen in the days and weeks ahead.
It's not just the mask wearing or the social distancing. It's the political pressure at the CDC, at the FDA with the plasma treatment, and now the CDC by saying that you don't need to get a test, or the requirements to get a test are that you show symptoms, not that you've been in close contact with somebody and you might be asymptomatic. That kind of destroys our ability to contact trace.
Yeah, no, this week
had it in the first place.
Right. No, this week has been terrible for our kind of national scientific infrastructure. Under Republican and Democratic presidents, we've always had a tradition of letting the scientists at the FDA, letting the scientists at the CDC speak directly to the American people and share the facts. And now, not only have we muzzled them, now we see a real sort of bastardization of that science, a real kind of suppression of that science with all sorts of recommendations about somehow how we don't need testing for asymptomatic people who've been in contact with people with COVID. Not a single medical group agrees with that. And that's why this week you saw such strong pushback from the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, others, all saying we've got to go back to the science. The political statements cannot get us through this pandemic.